Hi, anyone that happened to be in the chat before I actually went live because of my tweet. Um, this will be very ad-libbed. If you're watching this live on Twitch, cool. Thanks for coming out. Why did I? Did you just follow me, Ollie? I'm gonna kill you.
Nope,
Oh.
I didn't even know you were Twitch streaming.
Well, okay. Well, whoever just followed me and I got a notification for that didn't pop up. Thank you for that. Oh. Oh shit! It's the Fabi man. Hi. Just kidding.
Good job.
For anyone watching on YouTube, come check it out live. Hopefully, this will be a regular Tuesday occurrence. For those of y'all that don't know my voice and you're on my channel, hi. Joining me, I have a special guest, one of my good friends and my trusted league analyst. Observe it now if you would like to say hello.
Hello, everybody.
You should be able to hear him.
Welcome
if you can't,
to the show.
if you can't hear him, yell at me. I will attempt to fix. But we decided to start off with, I guess, the game of the season so far. I don't think that's a hard distinction to beat at this point, but, you know, KT roster, SKT from this morning. I have seen none of these games. This ought to be interesting. You have seen game 3.
I myself have only seen game 3, so the first 2 games will be a total surprise.
I have no idea how these games go. I don't know what they look like. I just know the final result, and let's be honest, that probably wasn't in doubt to begin with.
Man, you didn't have faith in KT?
Dude, no. This is very ad-libbed and kind of thrown together. So feedback, love it, appreciate it. Again, hopefully we'll be trying to do this pretty much every Tuesday. This was a janky setup to get done, considering we're not anywhere near being in the same room. So hopefully this goes smoothly. But let's just that's loud. Turn that down. You know what? I don't want to listen to Spo TV's casters. So we should probably just skip through bans because
yeah, the only interesting thing is the Corki pickup because new patch, you know, Corki buffs. Auto attacks are essentially match damage now, so
Peanut on Rek'Sai. That's okay. They go with this prom pick, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should find out if on Twitch it's streaming properly, because on mine it's coming up really choppy when you press play.
Let's see. It's fine for me.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. I don't have any drop frames or anything.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yep. Okay. It was also choppy because I was skipping around. So, again.
No, okay.
First time doing this ought to be fun. But just kind of looking at these pick bans.
Ew, AD Cannon.
No, it's not. Well, I mean,
I still don't like
Cannon.
AD Cannon. The only time I like it is when Reckless is playing it in the bot lane, and it seems like Fnatic's the only team. And I guess Marin, since he's the one who innovated it.
Yeah, I mean, Huni.
But
I trust his AD Cannon more than most people's. But
Huni's?
Yeah. Do you not see the Ash?
Oh, no, yeah, I see that. I'm just saying in general.
I mean, Huni's like my 3rd or 4th trusted AD Cannon.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, he picked it into Renekton, so it's kind of it's a win lane.
Yeah.
Type pick.
I haven't been a fan of the Karma priority that's kind of popped back up in this meta, or in this last patch.
Yeah, especially mid lane.
Yeah, I think it was smart from SKT
Although, I mean,
to flex
Faker
it,
plays mid more than like anyone else.
He also plays Karma.
Yeah.
More than most people do in this meta because it seems to be a staple SKT pick. I don't know. I'm worried for SKT with this draft. Granted, neither team really went magic heavy.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, and spoilers for anyone who actually doesn't know what happens, KT wins game 1.
Well, yeah, they played Peanut, Kappa.
So, yes.
I am sorry, guys. I will not be able to control the memes when I'm VOD reviewing because, especially with Observant here, I will just be talking like I normally do when I'm watching these games. So, expect a lot of memes just off the wall from me. I don't. Neither team. This meta is so weird. Obviously, Corki does enough magic damage to at least scare you into buying an MR item. But
Yeah, no, I think definitely with the changes that they made to his auto attacks, he's a lot. You prioritize MR against him. Like if you went Karma, I'd expect a Banshee's Veil, and I'm assuming Rek'Sai is going to pick a Spirit Visage.
I'm kind of confused.
Or I guess Locket, since this is the patch with the Locket changes.
Yeah, the multi-locket every game, all game.
Yeah.
I do question SKT's second round bans. I think
Cog Varus?
Yeah, I think the Varus isn't. I think Deft with the Thresh already locked in, and with Twitch off the table, Cog off the table, Caitlyn off the table, Ashe off the table. In this patch, I think Kalista is the next AD carry there.
Yeah, but they banned Cog.
Well, no, but the Cog ban is fine. I'm confused with the Varus ban. I think you can.
Oh, the Varus ban. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But SKT. This kind of seems like the feel out game that they always try and do in a best of 3.
Yeah, I think the way they banned Varus is because you see Elise, you see Thresh, it's pick, and so Varus ult is the next utility CC bot.
But now KT actually has engage because they really didn't before. You have Renekton that can jump in, but the Kalista finally gives them like actual engage, which with Corki poke and Kalista just wanting to hop around in Ren, you really need. So again, I think this is SKT kind of saying, okay, KT, here's your Thresh, here's your Elise, here's Smeb's Renekton. Can you beat us? So
yeah, honestly, I don't know why you'd give away Thresh. I think he's become viable enough that he's worth first rotation.
I do think SKT picked Karma. Like in KT's mind, it could have been a flex, and I think SKT immediately picked it with this is going mid.
Yeah.
So
to protect the Bang and Huni comp.
Which is scary when those two people are Ashe Kennen, and it's not like Fiora Caitlyn or Fiora Kog'Maw or something like that. So, granted, I also want to say for anyone watching the stream or anything, I have no idea how quickly my YouTube is actually going to load these videos, considering I'm running about 5 software right now, trying to run the stream. So, apologize if it's a little choppy. Again, we'll get this worked out in the coming months. I don't know. We kind of talked about this pick ban. My feeling is that KT won pick ban. I don't know that it's heavy enough to say if they don't mess this up, they win this game handily. Granted, kind of knowing the results already, but I don't think it's enough to say I give KT this game, which I've done a lot in LCK
I think this
season.
The biggest thing is SKT's trying to go for 4-1, where they expect Huni to.
The problem is it's a Renekton. Like
but it's the biggest thing. It's range into melee, right? And so you expect top lane to be a win for SKT, and you expect to go into a 4-1 where your 4 are hoping to engage with Ashe Arrow Brawl Molt and just wipe KT's 4.
I mean, I see the plan. I have a lot of issues with that plan because when you're 4-manning into a double AD carry, that just feels like a bad time when you have one damage source. Granted, Faker's Karma is a damage source in itself, so I should not treat this like a normal Karma.
Yeah.
But
I think with especially having Thresh disengage is good enough that you just need to disengage Ashe Arrow Brawl Molt. You should be able to do that pretty reliably. Also, what's interesting is I didn't know Pawn took teleport on Corki. That's really weird.
Pawn takes teleport and everything though. Wasn't he the first LeBlanc teleport when he was in China?
Yeah.
So.
Still Corki's. Oh, and here we see the classic Kennen into Renekton.
Huni's learned from the school of Faker. Force your opponent out level 1. No, this early game should be good for SKT. Once it hits 2 items, I'm terrified for them.
I think top lane is a win for SKT. Going in, just going off champ, top lane should be SKT. Mid lane could go either way. It kind of just depends on jungle pressure because they both have good wave clear. They both have good poke.
Yeah.
And then bot lane wave clear goes to Bang Wolf. But all in would probably be Deft Mata. So I guess bot lane is without jungle pressure. I expect SKT to win bot lane.
Yeah. Score? Is he just going for?
Yeah, Score's doing the buff scuttle level 3 gank. It's also known as the Lyra. Or no, he did take. Oh no, he took Raptors too.
He
Just
took.
kidding.
I think he started Raptors because you have Corki.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's the same as having the Callista. I don't see this. Oh. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Huni should have flashed that.
Yeah.
Although
I didn't see that working
Should've
because I
flashed.
didn't think the Smeb stun was gonna be enough. But I.
Smeb flashed. Yeah, no, JK. There's nothing you could do at that point.
Yeah, I didn't expect Score to flash into point blank range to land the
Yeah.
cocoon. That was well played by by KT.
And I think Score walked through behind Baron Pit, right?
No, he went the long way.
Yeah, he went behind Baron Pit.
Oh yeah, he went in the Raptor entrance and walked around.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, good early pathing.
Yeah, this was there's nothing Huni does there. As soon as the first stun lands, he's dead.
Yeah. And from KT, it's expected. You know that top lane's gonna be not fun for the Renekton unless you get early pressure up there. So
Also, Smeb gets to come into lane with Kindle Gem and refillable.
one of the things you see early on already
Ooh,
is
Mobies.
Peanut's already going into AFK mode, AFK farm mode.
But he doesn't have the farm alarm anymore.
Yeah, and it's one of the things that he's been criticized for.
To be fair, Peanut is known for the buffless game he did as a member of the Tigers last year, so he's always kind of been a farming jungler. He's just kind of counter farmed a lot.
I guess on Rek'Sai it's okay. Okay, random pause.
Did someone knock? For those of you that weren't watching LPL the other night, and it was really funny, one of the players on, I believe, I don't remember what team, got so excited. Oh, well, Pawn? Oh, rip, JK, buffering.
The Karma plays. Flash W.
Well, they got Smeb's TP for that. That's an interesting play. I think you only do that expecting a couple of summoners out because
Yeah,
you don't have the damage.
Peanut to flash, but I guess Pawn got under turret, so it kind of wasn't worth.
That was smart
And
from
they
Peanut
didn't
to
know where
save the
Squirrel was
flash.
either.
Now Peanut has the return gank.
Yeah.
If he burned his flash there is no return there for SKT pretty much. But they also got Smeb's TP, which saved Huni because Huni had to use his to get back to lane. So it takes the KT pressure off the map for a little bit.
Yeah, Toppa gets washed again. Yeah, it's only Kindle Gem by, so it feels bad.
Apologies as well for my voice, guys. I'm like half sick, so I'm like chugging water and trying not to cough into the mic. I don't know. This early game has the makings of being explosive, and then they just kind of slow it down.
Yeah.
Which favors KT so hard.
There's not really anything that's not standard, really. The junglers go back to farming. You see the normal river wards you'd expect. Since ball lane is going in favor. Well, the push is going in favor of Bang and Wolf up until this point because they had him backed.
Yeah.
Deft and Mata had the early back.
The problem is the lanes that are needing to win for KT are winning. Corki's kind of not going to care about the karma in his lane. And
Yeah, mid lane's essentially a farm lane, especially since both have TP. And now that neither have flash, neither want to go too aggressive either.
well, Karma can't go aggressive without flash. Like, what are you going to do? W and walk up to somebody?
Right. So what I mean is they're not gonna like push past half river, so it's just gonna be the wave clear game mid lane until at least flashes come up. or their junglers are nearby.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of start skipping forward because otherwise we're gonna be sitting. Oh Jesus! Okay, spoiler.
That was a bit too much.
That was Let's see where that play starts.
Is
Oh, right when I
is
started
this
skipping.
okay? So he pushes up mid, gets mid priority. Is this before package? Yeah, he
Yes.
doesn't have package.
Package is up like now. It's 8. It starts to be at 8 minutes, right, or something like that.
Yeah. What?
There's no vision for SKT in this topside
Yeah.
jungle.
Did Score see Peanut cleared this area already?
Jesus. And they got Faker's TP out for that. Peanut
One of the
shows.
things we didn't mention was that Elise Renekton is probably when you draft Renekton Elise, you expect top lane to get ganked and dove multiple times.
I think the
Because
reason
that is one of the best dive buddies you can get. Top jungle combination,
yeah, and
especially
I think
with Elise Repel and the double stuns.
if you look down here, I think this is why this gank gets the go button, because there's a ward
Yeah, but
right there that sees all of this from SKT. Because right now KT is not actually like heavily
In
looking
top.
for this.
yeah,
They're heading up, but they're not in position to actually move for it. They're doing this normal thing where you stay in this quadrant of the jungle because you can either leave or go for the gank at that point. So they're not really forcing this. And then as soon as SKT show this,
yeah, and there should have been communication from Faker to Huni saying that because Faker sees Pawn move up after he clears the wave. I'm just curious as to
yeah, you can see the pings come out
if he,
from KT as soon as they see 3 members of SKT down here.
yeah, can you go back like 20 seconds? Right here. Do they have vision of Rek'Sai? No, they don't. They just
No,
okay.
they don't. There's vision behind Baron, but it doesn't see Peanut.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, I don't think that sees Raptor Pit either.
But I mean, look at how quickly the pings come out. This is 30 seconds before that play, and there's been like 4 pings up here.
I think as soon as Smeb hits 6, they're like, okay, we're gonna dive because we have Elise Repel, we have Renekton ult to gain health, and Corki has priority mid, so he leaves first.
So they know where Mata is. They pinged him warding. That's what causes SKT to start moving down like
yeah,
that.
they collapse down that way.
But the problem is they should know Pawn moved up, and they have no idea where Score is. They haven't seen him in like a minute.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
That's beautifully done.
Yeah. Score actually slightly had...
Renekton Elise is a dirty combo.
Score actually hit a really nice cocoon there. He almost had to thread it, but that minion like moved. The minion Faker TP'd to actually almost could have stopped that cocoon. So, woo,
And
Peanut
then the
is farming.
response is the Raptor steal and the push mid lane.
Hey man, he's got a 20 CS lead.
It should be top lane turret to KT. Unless, Huni could TP back. No, but I doubt he does that. That's just asking for another
He is.
death. Huni, don't do it. Oh no.
Oh,
Okay,
well.
he canceled it.
That's a free TP. Yeah, I mean,
Huni, why?
they saw Score, but by the time they saw Score, that play was so set up, there was no chance of an escape from Huni. KT set that play up a solid 30 seconds before they showed that off, so... But right, one thing to mention, and we kind of didn't catch, but it was shown on screen, Score actually saw the fact that Peanut was at Krugs, like a minute and a half before this gank. He used the Scryer's Bloom and saw that he was clearing the Krugs out, so they knew where Peanut was, and that he wouldn't be in the top half of the jungle for a little bit.
Another problem that kind of irritates me about Peanut is you see him rush the Caulfield's Hammer instead of the Green Smite. He was there a minute and a half earlier. If he had the Green Smite trackers, he could have warded that area.
Yeah, but I think with
And
Peanut,
Huni
you're
would have
expecting that you're not
information.
getting that. I mean, that's still just Peanut. It's not a good thing by any means, but it is still just Peanut. Oh boy, this is bad. That was a nice arrow. Never mind.
Level 6 all in bot lane. I don't. Yeah, it's just summoners.
Yeah, that was a nice arrow from Bang. There's not really anything to look back at that for because
Yeah, the wave wasn't. It was like SKT was already playing pretty back in the first place,
yeah, this
so you weren't gonna get much from that.
the stun
At
was just nice
most.
though.
Yeah.
And this is the problem I run into with this Renekton Kinnan matchup. Like you said, the early levels. I might not have time to talk about this. Never mind. The
No. Yeah.
the early levels go in Kinnan's favor, but if Renekton gets ahead by any means, you can't rely on that 4-1 split push that you were mentioning at the beginning of the game anymore.
Yeah, that's Kennen in general. Unless you get ahead, you're not really useful at all.
Alex, Rakan was not banned this game, but I believe KT second rotation Thresh, so there wasn't really a because you don't want to pick a Rakan into a Thresh Kalista, so and not with Ashe. Ashe is not one of the better lanes with Rakan, unfortunately. Oh
yeah, I think
boy,
both Xayah and Rakan are available, but I think SKT wanted the Ashe arrow.
that is a nice ward by KT, by the way. I don't think
Which
SKT fully saw this one go down. Because you know what KT's going to do now with this top tower out. This is pushing into Kinnan. There's nothing for Smeb to do up here.
Yeah, and he has TP advantage because Huni randomly TP'd
Yep.
earlier for no reason.
And the reason I mentioned that
And they
is
should know
watch
that
here.
Faker's TP is down.
Yep. And Pawn is roaming up. Does he should have package right now, right? So this is Bang and Wolf have to get out, and there's nothing they can do. Bang's dead. Or no,
Does he
Wolf's
have
dead.
package? No, he doesn't. Not that they needed it, but Pawn didn't have package.
Oh, Pawn wasn't even in range, so I guess that's. But that was. It was nice from Bang to get out. He had to flash for it, but.
Yeah, I wanted to
Jeez.
bring it to attention earlier that as soon as one of your lanes win, and you see this in professional play because they know, as soon as one of your lanes get turret, you're going to make a play on the other side of the map because you now know that one of your lanes is going to be pushed up past a turret. The other team has to answer that mate wave or else they risk losing a lot of golden experience. And so the counter to that is having a numbers advantage on the other side of the map.
Well, right, and like you said, as soon as Smeb comes anywhere with score there, and Def still has ulti. He has not ultied in either of the two fights that have happened since he hit level 6.
He ulted bot when they got the Braum flash initially.
No, he got stunned, didn't he? He got stunned
No, he
before
stunned, and then afterwards, Def threw Mod out.
Oh. I missed that part. I think I stopped watching because nothing was going to happen. So,
No.
but yeah, this is just KT doing a very good job of they got Smeb ahead, and now they don't care if Huni gets a farm lead because Smeb's just going to be taking the rest of the map. And KT does this better than most teams when they're ahead. Obviously, SKT does it very well too. Oh,
Yeah.
Huni. Score? What the? And now Pawn's TP comes into play.
Yep. Ooh, nice Ashe arrow.
This is an interesting fight.
Yeah, I think KT.
What?
Oh,
Faker TP'd behind him. Oh boy. Okay. This is gonna
yeah,
be.
that's where the KT ball lane shows up. So I think scroll back a bit more, like before the invade. Right here, yeah. This is good.
They ping him. They see score coming. That's why Huni goes down.
Right, and I think one of the biggest thing is can they? Oh, I guess they couldn't see the back. But SKT's ball lane backs at their turret in between two.
Okay. We're watching this at like half speed because a lot happens in this fight. Score should see Huni right there, and he still throws the spiderling at red buff. That's kind of funny. And now SKT just got here first.
Yeah.
Peanut tried to flash for that, which was interesting. This is just a nice arrow timing.
The fight goes for SKT because SKT has everyone there first.
Well, not only do they have everyone there first,
KT. Oh, Faker and Bang were in base.
Faker TPs to that ward that they saw. score on. Watch, you see, yeah. So he's coming in now. So this is already the plan for SKT to keep fighting this. But KT went forward, assuming they'd have Pawn's backup. As soon as that Ash arrow hit him, the second he landed,
Yeah,
SKT were able to exhaust Smeb and just burn him.
Yeah, the Smeb, that arrow gets them that kill, but then here SKT kind of overextends now and Faker's TP is not in a great spot. I think they weren't expecting the ball lane to show up. Once the ball lane shows up, it's an easy turnaround.
Yeah, I mean, that's good poke bump from Faker, but they're on the side of the map thinking that KT's going to keep running. So when Mata just turns, it catches SKT, it catches Peanut for sure off guard, and it catches Faker off guard because he just starts kind of dancing. Like, do I go in or do I leave?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's the rest of it. So, yeah, that was interesting. It's also, you have to point out KT's vision in this game so far after they show player cams. I know a lot of this kind of just got placed recently, but it is like all up here and it's all aggressive. SKT kind of does their typical thing where they have like this ward placed right here and they have a couple of TP wards down. There was one here that expired.
Yeah.
But they have like very little vision anywhere else on the map.
And I think now it's an easy dragon play since obviously the jungler's dead. TPs have been burned.
Yeah, the only TP left in the game is
has
Hoonies.
priority.
And now Smeb is at completed Black Cleaver and Boots.
Yeah, he's definitely far ahead of.
Yeah, this Ash arrow probably stops this from going much worse for SKT. That was such a good arrow. I can't get over the fact that that arrow timed it. I have to imagine he was going after Smebber's score and just happened to hit Pawn.
Whenever you fight in a choke like that for Ash arrow, as long as you hit that one area, you're going to hit someone, right? So I think in the end it just helped that they hit Pawn because now your poke damage and your main source of magic damage is out of the fight.
You know something? I think they didn't see the KT bot lane until Faker had already started channeling TP.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like they had no idea, and just in general, that TP spot is like super ballsy because then you expect that KT's calling to abandon the play instead of to get help.
Yeah, that's like that's not a Karma TP spot. That's a Fiora TP spot or like a Renekton TP spot where you want to be in the middle of a team.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and something we've kind of mentioned, you hit on it a lot, is Peanut's warding. He now has that green smite finally, but
yeah,
Peanut
he picked that up around 3 minutes ago.
Hasn't been warding this game, and for a team like SKT, who when you see them do really well, it's off the back of like Bangi being, you know, the ward bot that everyone jokes about him back in like season 5, or Blank's been doing kind of taking up that mantle, but the SKT jungler wards a lot when they're successful. So
right, and it's why when they have Blank, they look like a completely different team than versus when they have Peanut. Because when he was on Rocks, a lot of the warding was done by Gorilla and Kuro.
I didn't look at...
And now SKT, Peanut has to take up the mantle a bit more.
Yeah, because Faker doesn't. He wards, but he doesn't do it as much. And are they gonna
Interesting
fight
that
this?
SKT is willing to collapse on this Herald play.
They shouldn't. They're on the wrong side of the fight for this. Oh, Hoonie.
Again, Wolf is there before KT bot lane.
The problem is Pawn and Smeb are strong.
But once
I have to point something else out here during this fight. Watch Deft, because at this point Score's pretty much dead. Oh, that hit Mata. Excuse me. Watch Mata.
No, yeah.
Because Mata is almost in. He flashes into the arrow. So I don't know if he was taking it for Pawn or if he was looking for a flash hook. But
yeah, that unfortunate.
I want to just see, because SKT contesting this is kind of typical SKT. They feel like they can fight because it's only 2 members there and they think they have the advantage. And Bang is pretty much an ult bot right now, even though he's like all their damage.
Yeah.
The Bonda Stone is keeping Huni alive as well. The shields in Bonda Stone.
For like the half second before he dies.
Yeah. No, Huni doesn't die in this
Well, I
fight.
guess-
Faker does.
Oh, do they not flash after Huni?
They do, but they don't get him.
Oh.
So that was actually, again, yeah, like you were saying, Wolf is there faster. Bang hits another kind of life-saving arrow. But
Yeah, but they still have the better team fight, and they lost a lot of health just trying to get that one kill. It's why KT is able to turn around.
yeah, I don't know. I think Mata was going for the flash arrow there, which is a little unfortunate for KT that he got hit by the arrow. Did that really turn the fight?
Not really.
No.
They pick one back up is what I.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is a little ballsy from SKT. I understand why, because if you somehow manage to steal that, and you see,
turn the game back around.
you could again see kind of the indecision from, because Huni like goes in, he runs out, and then he runs back in. Like he runs in shielded, he throws a couple of Qs, he's like, do I want to run this? Start running out. Okay, no, let's go for it. Shield again.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem here is that once Huni commits, you see Faker and Peanut kind of go back and forth because they see Pawn.
Oh,
And they're
I
like,
did
Pawn,
not
and
catch
then
that.
they realize the rest of KT's coming, and they go back upriver, and now they.
Yeah, I think the other problem with that too is that's the second time Scores had a very nice repel timing in one of these fights. They didn't quite get the combo off to stop him from repelling.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm confused by the map movements from SKT. They're kind of... This is one of the few times I've seen them unsure of what to do with their bot lane in recent games. Because they really shouldn't have been bot lane when Herald was on the map like
Well,
that.
I think they were. Wait, the KT ball lane?
No, SKT.
Oh, SKT ball lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, normally Bang and Wolf are very good about knowing where they need to be on the map, and I think they were just in the wrong place for that Herald play. Because at that point, you have to know Herald's the next kind of main objective, and you've already lost your bot tower. You're not going to be doing anything.
One of the items,
Yeah.
Oh, high score. This is actually... I love watching how teams use Herald. This is a good usage from KT, but they get away with it because they're already so far pushed up and ahead. Oh, Huni. Wolf has been on point again. And Bang is not.
Yeah, you know, one thing I'm surprised is after KT won the fight, Smeb was alive, right?
Yeah.
They could have used the Rift Herald when everyone was dead and probably gotten a lot more off of it.
Jesus, Pawn.
Faker, no.
This has
There's
just turned
a
into
lot
such...
of fights going on.
This is such a skirmishy game, and that fits KT much better.
Yeah, SKT's kind of
SKT has...
falling
or
into the hype, I guess.
KT has 3 damage sources right now. SKT has, at best, 1.5. Are they gonna... There's no way they catch Pawn
No,
here, right?
he's gonna come back to their ball lane.
Oh, hi, Deft.
Yeah, see, Deft and Pawn were there, or Deft and Mata were there, and oh, Pawn still dies.
No, KT still wants this. Yep.
Yeah, they should.
Jeez. Okay. Well, that was a 1-for-1. That was fake.
They,
I normally don't like criticizing SKT because it seems like everything they do works out in the end. I have to criticize Bang and Faker's play in this game. Bang has not been where he needs to be at like 3 different fights in this game. And it's shown because all he's been able to do is throw arrows, and he's done like no damage. And Faker's TPs have been atrocious.
And even when he does throw the arrows, you can see he doesn't get assists because it doesn't really it stops someone, but it doesn't really help with the fight.
Faker TPs down here.
Yeah, that's because they're trying to collapse on.
You have to expect
Pawn.
KT at this point to have vision all over your jungle. especially around the Rift Herald where that last play just was like 2 minutes ago. They haven't really shifted their vision yet. So you have to know KT knows this is coming. Corki is a slippery shit. You cannot get away from... Like, it's so hard to catch Corki, even with a sped up Faker. And you know the KT bot lane is in the bottom half of the map. Like,
Yeah.
granted, they get Pawn just because there's that many of them, but you kind of sacrifice a lot because there's so many summoners burned from SKT.
Yeah, and going into this play, like right before, when you saw Pawn starting to like 1v1 Faker, you kind of see how the 1-4 that SKT wanted to pull out is kind of failing at this point, and KT is able to do a 1-3-1, essentially a 1-3-1, where you have Pawn up top, Smeb in the bottom lane, your bot lane, and jungle.
I almost feel
Your
like
jungle's
it's
kinda
a...
roaming,
I'd say
but
it's a 1-2-1 with a wild card.
Yeah, your bot lane that's basically ahead and has more playmaking ability in the mid lane.
I feel like that was Peanut almost calling for that more so than it was the SKT team, because he went aggressive for that way before Faker would have... Yes, Faker TP'd.
No, I think that was just because he was there first, and I think the play is that everyone shows up there for that one kill, because you see how SKT's support is there first.
Yeah, I just... SKT's making mistakes that I haven't seen them make. Like, the last time I saw SKT make map movement mistakes like this was the last season they didn't win Worlds. So, that kind of says something. Funnily enough, it's the last time we saw Pawn and Deft on a really good... Pawn, Deft, and Mata on, you know, the top teams in Korea. But, oh jeez, Peanut. He's ulting that? What? Peanut!
I think it was to dodge the...
He has a tunnel there, though.
Because you get invulnerability frames.
Oh, he got knocked out of the tunnel by the package.
Oh.
Oh, shit. That was very good from Pawn. I have to
Nice.
halftime that so you can actually see it. Like, Peanut goes for the tunnel. Peanut's going to go for the tunnel right here. And Pawn just, like, actually...
Which is weird, because why wouldn't you just go with Faker and
So-
Wolf at that point?
There's the tunnel. And he gets just knocked out of it. Because you can see the tunnel health start, so that's why he has to ult. Yeah, that was pretty nice from Pawn. Okay, I can't complain on Peanut that one too much because that was just very nicely played from Pawn.
I mean, his pathing is kind of weird, but...
Yeah, he didn't run up with the rest of the team, but... Smeb? Oh,
Yeah, at
just
this
kidding.
point you can-
Oh!
At this point, you can see SKT's lost complete control of their jungle. And every time they try to come back to take control, KT just beats them in a skirmish because of their laners being ahead.
Jesus, I'd just like to point something out. You don't watch this too much if you're watching the game. And if you're like someone trying to be on a team or play on a team communication, the amount of on my way pings from KT to let Smeb know that Deft is coming and that Score and Pawn are coming, that like, and Mata, that like allows him to just go aggressive, even though to SKT it probably looked like that was Smeb that they could possibly catch out. That was just so well done by KT to kind of bait both, to kind of bait Faker and Wolf into trying getting that stun. Like, that was very nicely done, and yeah, this game, I don't think it's over, but it's over.
No, at this point, it's about to be. Once Peanut dies and they go for Baron, it's kind of...
Yeah, I mean, normally SKT, I would never say the game's over, but they have one damage source and a 1.5 item Kinnan, or a 1 item Boots Kinnan, against a 2 item Smeb. 2.5 item Smeb. And Corki's not even at 2 items yet, is the sad thing for SKT.
Yeah.
Did Faker
This
fail
game's
his flash?
Who did?
Did Faker fail his flash there? I thought I saw 2 flash animations go off, not just Wolf.
I know Mata flashed to hook.
No, Wolf. Yeah, Faker like
Yeah,
flashed into the wall trying to get further away.
Yeah, but then he pathed right back into it. Feels bad.
Rip. Okay. Yeah, I think at this point it's just gonna be clean from KT. It should just be clean
Yeah,
from KT.
once you get the Baron at 21 minutes, you kind of just go run it down
Baron,
whatever lane has outers and then into inhib turrets.
i.e.
And
Triforce
Smeb's winning the
Corki.
1v1 in the side lane.
Also, Corki's at 2 items and now has a Mountain Drake, so have fun.
Yeah, and he went IE second too, so it's you're not gonna be.
This SKT might go for one more chaotic fight because otherwise they're just gonna bleed a slow death. But I think even if they try it, they're gonna die. You can kind of see their positioning for it. They're positioning to try and take a fight to at least go down swinging and give themselves a chance at the comeback, because they know if they do nothing, they're just dead. But nice arrow, but you're not gonna get anything from it.
There goes SKT's engage.
Yep. All you have left is a flash ult from Huni, and I don't like that as your engage.
Especially if you're AD cannon.
He's not even really AD cannon at this point. He's like 1.5 item cannon. Oh boy, and this is KT showing, yeah, we're stronger than you. Jesus, Def just ulted as zoning.
Yeah, this game ends in like another minute and a half, right?
Yeah, I think it ends on this Baron push.
Yeah, so the main takeaway points from this is Elise Renekton top lane.
Oh,
Camp.
Huni died. How did
You
Huni
set the
die?
cannon behind, the cannon becomes useless. And at that point, once you get that, you need to win one other lane. They use their Renekton advantage top to get advantage bot. Win that and just snowball into vision control of the enemy jungle, and SKT repeatedly tries to get vision back, and with the gold deficit just keeps losing skirmishes.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it when we were watching Champ Select from that SKT wanted to do a 4-1 this game. I was on the side that I was worried about attempting to do 4-1 against this comp. I think KT won draft really hard, and I think just with the way Peanut's been playing lately, that he just doesn't fit with what SKT need, which was kind of the worry when he came onto the team. You know, his very good performance in spring kind of quashed a lot of the worries people had. But when Peanut first joined the team, remember, everyone was like, can he ward? Like, can he be the jungler SKT are used to playing with and not Peanut? And I think we're starting to see him being Peanut again, which is good for Peanut, but it's bad for SKT as a team, and I think it's why Blank is looks so much better with the team right now. Is because Blank has always been the SKT jungler. He's been the prototype SKT jungler since Bangy kind of went, hey, no, stop invading and dying dumbly.
Yeah, he got to learn under the right hand, right? So
yeah,
I
I mean, obviously, I think SKT made a lot of mechanical mistakes and a lot of tactical errors in this game. I think Faker's TPs were lackluster. Bang's map areas were lackluster. Normally, when you see Wolf get to a fight like that, you see Bang also right behind him, and that never really happened in this game.
Right.
KT played very well. Like, I don't want to take anything from this game off KT. They were 3 kills away from a perfect game against SKT. So...
And those trays didn't even take that much damage.
Yeah.
I honestly can't remember a single time either. The only time I remember anyone crossing to the other side of the river, onto
was
KT
the
side of the
invade
river from
when
SKT.
KT 3-man dove top.
Yeah, when Pondo went top, so SKT decided to take Raptors and some push on mid.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is something you see a lot in non-professional games, which is why for me, I think it's so weird to see it in this game. Was you had a situation where, besides for Huni, you had 3 shoving lanes from KT, and yeah, you know, yell at me for saying Kennen's a shoving lane against Renekton. Not when you have Score on your team, and he knows that Kennen is the only shoving lane, and you just gave Score the only lane he can go to. So,
Right.
You know, KT had 3 lanes that, in all honesty, were going to be winning by 15 minutes, and it's what happened in this game. Like, I don't really know that there's too much to dive into in this game, really, because it almost was just plain. It was KT.
Yeah.
KT said, okay, when we're ahead by 15 minutes, we win this game. Let's get ahead by 15 minutes. Oh, look, they got ahead by 15 minutes because a couple of things. SKT didn't
Right,
ward.
and it feels so weird that you don't like early pick Elise. Early pick like Lee Sin. What did
Lee Sin was banned, I
KT
think.
ban Lee Sin? I don't think they did they?
I think it was. We'll just hop back. Yeah, first
No,
ban.
no, they did.
It was
And
the
then
first ban.
pick. I still feel like there's better junglers to put Peanut on than Rek'Sai.
I mean, yeah, Olaf and
They
Lee Sin
just-
are the only ones gone. I mean, we've seen, we've seen Olaf. I think it's been in like NA or in China, but we've still seen Olaf.
Peanut was a good Olaf too, right? And so like you have the Karma Olaf. That's enough speed in just by itself to get Olaf going.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know,
this was I think this was the one questionable draft SKT seemed to always kind of have. That kind of that SKT seemed to have,